Day 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. I already lost track. Well, where are we now? I believe last time I let you guys off, we were bleeding the master and slave cylinder. Well, anyways, here to report that that is now officially done. As you can see, where are we? Bam, bam, bam. Clutch kicks are all good. Now, the only thing that is left officially is wiring my fuel pump rewire. I also got the AM oil pressure sensor, all zip tied fancy, away from any belts, into the cabin. So that will be on once we get this thing fired up, which is something I really wanted to do because I wanted to make sure we had oil pressure when we turn this thing on. Everything down here is pretty much set in stone. T-case is oiled up. Like I said, slave is bled. Now I'm currently about to fill up the transmission with oil. And oh yeah, I don't know if I showed you, I got this stainless steel line nicely zip tied away. You wouldn't believe the amount of zip ties that are on this car. It's great. And after we fill up the transmission with oil, we're gonna go ahead and top it off with coolant, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to prime these motors with oil once the timing belt is on already. Because if you don't have the timing belt on, you can go ahead and put a socket on the timing, you can put a socket on the oil pump gear, and you can actually spin the oil pump gear with like a drill, or a drill, and that would actually prime the motor for you. But since timing's already set and everything's, you know, covered up, there's an alternative way that I'll show you right now. But anyways, let's go ahead and fill up the transmission with oil. What we are using is legit Walmart SuperTech 75W90 gear oil. Now, before you guys go ahead and start criticizing me like, ooh, aren't you using MT90 or Multiple or Rams oil? This is break-in oil. John from TRE even approves this because I have to change this oil out in 500 miles. So there really is no point of getting some expensive oil when you're pretty much just gonna drain it. So this is gonna be going in for 500 miles, just like the transfer case. I'm gonna have to drain that in 500 miles, which is perfect because 500 miles is pretty much the set limit for everything. I have the transmission, the motor, the T-case, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna have to change all those fluids out at 500 anyway, so it's nice to know that, you know, everything's gonna be coming out at the same time. So, oh, and the clutch, and that will be broken in at 500 miles. But after 500 miles, I'm gonna go ahead and set up a dyno appointment, and we're gonna start aiming for some big numbers. But anyways, let's go ahead and start filling this up. And DSM transmissions take about 2.5 quarts of oil. So this is quart number 1. And I kind of have my car lifted up, so it's gonna take a little bit more, which is good because it's always better to overfill something than underfill it. And a good indicator is that once you see the oil coming out of the oil drain, that means it's usually full. So we're just gonna be watching that and keep filling this. We're about to finish quart 1, and we'll move on to quart 2.5. So yeah, you guys get the picture. And just around 2.8 quarts, you can see it's finally starting to drip. It's probably took more than 2.5 because this was a completely empty transmission, and now we're good with oil. So before this makes even more of a mess, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. And with the final stroke of my hammer, we are done with this. Oh wait, where'd it go? Right there. Voila. Okay, oil check. T-case for transmission, oil for transmission, check. T-case, oil check. We need fluids now, so water. Let's go ahead and move on to that. I swear I'm sponsored by Walmart, but next is our antifreeze. Okay, get this open. There you go. This is a 50-50 mix that's already been diluted for me. Funnel of our life. Let's see how am I gonna do this with one hand without making too much of a mess. Whoa, I'm already making a mess. Well, let me situate myself. Yeah, I'm gonna use two hands. Hold on. Haha! I'm still making a mess with two hands. I'm not sure how much DSM's tank, but I think it's about like 2 or 1.5 quarts. Yikes, I think this takes more than 2, because this is the second gallon. Maybe because it's completely empty. Oh wait, looks like we're finally filling up. Yep. So yeah, like 1.9 gallons, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to like bleed it out still, so be safe, get 2 of these and that should do it. So T-case fluid check, transmission fluid check, radiator fluid check. What else do we need? We need motor oil, but I need to prime it first, so I'll show you guys. So not check. And then gas, we need like, I'm gonna get a gallon of gas, so that can get this car running and to the gas station where I can fill it up with more stuff. So let's keep on moving along. Fuel is check. Got a gallon of California's Best 91. Ha, not really, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and fill this up now. And once we get this filled up, the only thing left to do will be to fill up the car with oil. Okay, now I hate these nozzles because they're really difficult to work with and they don't stay up. Okay, so you gotta be creative sometimes. That stupid nozzle wouldn't work with this car. So we got the old funnel and and something holding the gas door open. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get this filled up, and the last thing should just be oil. Okay, so gas is in, transmission fluid is in, transfer case fluid is in, radiator fluid is in. All we need is engine oil, and here is what I was talking about. So you are gonna get a bunch of variations for this, but from my research I found out that to break in a motor, it's best to start off with SAE 30 oil. There are break-in engine oils as well, but this works just as fine. The reason you guys may be wondering what's up with all this Walmart product is, again, all this oil and fluid is break-in fluid, so this is all going to be changed fairly quickly. So I have no intentions, of pushing the motor on this fluids or applying any kind of stress or load while on this kind of fluids. But anyways, this is our engine braking oils, again SAE 30. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fill the engine up with this oil through the oil filter housing port, which is right this guy. This is the only thing I have yet to tie down, because we're gonna connect a nipple source right there and feed our pump oil into that hole throughout the whole motor. So what we're gonna do is, again, feed oil through there with some sort of pump. You can use a shampoo pump, but I personally have an oil pump that I got from, I think, AutoZone a couple years back. So it's fairly simple. You just stick a hose one end and another hose through the source of whatever you're trying to pull, and then you just pump. So yeah, we'll be using that. And let's see, anything else? No, that's the last of it. So once we get this fluid in, we will be ready for startup.